I've got some really big moves on the table that might involve Magic the Gathering. They might involve Alpha. It's not going to be this Black Lotus.
We're going to figure out how to get to the airport. We seem to be stuck. We finally made it to LAX. We're headed to Las Vegas. Is your first time, Ming?
Yes, this is my first time.
Bro, enjoy the ride.
Definitely.
I'm looking forward to this deal. Fingers crossed. We'll see. He just scored us 2 tickets to the UFC fight. It was a one-of-one Alpha Magic the Gathering asset. I have not procured the asset yet. I do not own the asset, but I think we can work something out. I think this asset is the true Grail, or more than just a crown jewel, the holy grail of all holy grails of Magic the Gathering product, and I'd like to feature it in a future episode. All right. Welcome to FaBled Hunters.
I'm Richard.
I'm Saint.
And we're going to open some stuff on Magic to Millions.
You will open some stuff on Magic to Millions, but we're going to review some stuff. People were a little not the happiest when they saw our last episode. They felt that I had gone on a wild goose chase when I legitimately was seeking what I felt was the holy grail of Magic the Gathering. And I understand that in that, 10, 12, 15-minute video, there was a process. There was some stuff discussed. And sometimes sizable business deals don't exactly go as planned. And this was one of those cases. To give context on the story, the person that had represented the asset was initially Daniel Chang. And Daniel Chang had negotiated a purchase or a sale from the original owner of this Holy Grail asset to the second owner that I had met. And then the second owner, had a friend that also inserted himself as a middleman. He represented that, oh, look, I've got a whale on the line. No matter what you bought it for, this guy is going to buy it for however much more. Guilty as charged. I was on the line. I was like, well, if it's this asset has that level of provenance, then I'm willing to pay a premium for it. However, the initial buyer that owned the asset, he was like, hey, you know what? I do business with all sorts. I understand that you, Saint Hung, you don't get along with Daniel Chang, because I don't. We have a, not the nicest history together. Completely different story.
I've heard some stories.
Yeah.
It's justified.
Yeah, and not only that, he's like, hey, look, I have to, sometimes I do business with people that make Daniel Chang look like a complete angel. That's just my spot, my disposition within the TCG community. And I don't want to be known as a flipper. Our mutual friend brought us together. You traveled all the way to Las Vegas. And long story short, we spent that whole night into the morning. We had breakfast. We even discussed over breakfast how we would handle a transaction. I did not fully secure the asset at that time. We had negotiated an option so that in a certain amount of time, this was like September of 2022, I was like, you know what? I want the asset so much that let's just say that it was, let's just call it $150. That I'm willing to pay you $150, no questions asked, for the next 3 years, because I am that interested in the asset. And lo and behold, there was a little thing that happened 2 months later called Magic 30. And that actually tanked the sentiment of the asset such that whatever I negotiated, let's call it $150, that option was called in, and we had later transacted and closed on that asset around that time, after the announcement of Magic 30. So I've since flown, to and from the West Coast. I'm actually flying to Las Vegas in about, 24 hours of the filming of this video. So I go there.
Time for you.
Yeah, very, very, very often.
Roll a few dice for me, Saint.
Yes, absolutely. bet on Black 18. Somebody told me to bet on Black 20. And we're going to get a little bit of that in there. But,
Okay.
yeah, sometimes deals don't go exactly as planned. Sometimes dynamics change. Sometimes it's important to negotiate certain options. So I left that business meeting in Las Vegas at the end of that episode with an option. And I didn't, I'm not one to discuss business deals when they're in their process. So, of course, the people that are fucking dumb, the people that don't do six-figure transactions anytime in their lives, they have no idea about mergers and acquisitions. They have no idea about high finance. They'll fucking bitch and moan. Oh my god, you wasted my time. I watched a 10-minute video when I learned nothing and I didn't see the Holy Grail. Like, fuck right off. Actual business was transacted at a level that their minuscule brains just couldn't comprehend. And finally, because the whole market, there was a sea change, a sea level change within the whole market of TCGs, especially Magic the Gathering, then that option was called in and we finally transacted the asset.
And it's safe to say that this asset doesn't really matter about MTG 30, correct?
Well,
it does.
I still think the sentiment has changed in general, but it hasn't changed for me. So here's a letter to provide some provenance. I don't even know that I'll link the videos of that certain initial dealer because he's just a middleman and he's a hack. So I'll just get some pictures and I will just review. This is the buyer. Or not the buyer, the seller, sorry. Because he was given this deck. I'll read it. August 15th, 2022, to whom it may concern, the MTG Alpha Starter Deck and Booster Pack were personally given to me by Peter Adkinson. Peter Adkinson, the majority shareholder, the founder, and the CEO of Wizards of the Coast. There's a game designer, which is, Richard Garfield. But Peter Adkinson was like, James White is both like Peter Adkinson and Richard Garfield, but this guy founded the company and was the largest shareholder.
The guy's the backbone and the money to the company.
Yes, yes.
And without this
the
guy,
business
Magic
of the company
would not have been there.
Absolutely. So Peter and I worked together at Boeing in Kent, Washington. Peter had just returned from a trip to Europe, Cardamundi, to pick up the first printing. Peter gave me these two items. Neither the Alpha Starter Deck nor the Booster Pack have ever been opened or searched. Ron Neal, his signature. That provides one level of provenance. And, but to back up that level of provenance, Peter Adkinson personally wrote a follow-up letter. Here it says, I, Peter Adkinson, confirm that the Magic the Gathering Alpha Starter Deck and Alpha Booster Pack in acrylic cases with temper evidence seal stickers, serial numbers 623301 and 623302 respectively, have come from Ron Neal's collection. Peter Adkinson, to further the provenance chain. Just to show you guys, I didn't want to start with this. I have to lead with it. People are saying these days they don't get their immediate payoff. A deal gets paused, and then they get distraught. But, look at that. That is 623302. I don't want to mess with the signature. That is Peter Adkinson's signature right there with the seal. That is a limited edition Alpha Pack straight from Cardamundi, possessed by Peter Adkinson, who gave this booster pack, Alpha Booster Pack, to Ron Neal.
Can I just hold this for a second?
Just keep your hands off the label. So that's the one. And here is 623301 limited edition Alpha Starter Deck, Peter Adkinson. Right here. So this is an Alpha. These things, without the provenance that this currently has, and there is also videos filmed of it in that aforementioned content creators channel. So there's triple provenance. These are each one of one because Peter Adkinson has done this a total of one time. These are it, and that is a gem one of one product, population one of one, And I just don't see there being more products with this level of confirmed provenance from the original owner and the founder, and that's a pretty tight provenance chain. So this, not many assets are guaranteed by the founder, CEO, former majority shareholder of, Magic the Gathering, and they are mine. They are in my possession, and I am proud to be the owner of these assets, and they're in a good home.
So, Saint, which one are we opening first?
Oh, on Magic to Millions?
Yeah, which one are we
Yeah,
opening
we are
first?
totally not opening these assets on Magic to Millions.
Guys,
get
you
the
heard
hell
that?
out of here.
April 1st,
We are totally
2069, we're opening up the Alpha Starter on Magic to Millions.
Maybe in 2069. Maybe. Probably not still, but
For my 6900th and 69th video,
Yeah.
we'll be opening up this Alpha Starter break.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. That is the one of one asset. It's already
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's actually
Locked
super
up.
awesome. You still end up getting these, even with all the shenanigans with the buyers and the
Yeah,
reseller.
yeah.
Like,
There
with
was.
with all the shenanigans that went on with that. It's actually really awesome that you got
But
that.
sometimes things happen in transactions,
But
and
it-
a lot of
sometimes it
people
takes
don't
months,
understand. And people get distraught and be like, "Oh, you're lying! No, my word is my bond, and I'm good for it. If I agree to a deal, even if I agree to an option that doesn't benefit me, transaction's gonna transact." And
that speaks a lot to your character
Yeah.
too.
Thank you. And, a Grail is a Grail, and sometimes it's worth making multiple passes, multiple attempts to secure one of these Holy Grail assets. So,
Yeah, I would say so. This
Yeah.
is definitely a one of one asset in the world.
yeah,
This is
for sure.
I joke about opening this, but never open this.
No,
please.
no.
Like, I have that intolerable itch to open it. But
There's
it's just
there's
not
no
worth it.
there's no excuse.
It's not worth it.
There's no excuse to open it. It's got that level of provenance. The freaking owner of the game, and he's in his 70s now, so but the owner and founder of the game, guaranteed it, and it came right off the press of the factory. So, it's great to be an owner of these assets. I still love the 93, 94 assets of Magic the Gathering.
Dude, it's the best.
No matter
there's nothing better.
what is going on. And speaking of 93, 94, sometimes we open up this is 98, but sometimes we open up some of these cheaper assets. Sometimes we're about to open up some of these more expensive assets later, right after our break
Magic to Millions,
on
guys.
Magic to Millions.
Come
but
check us out.
sometimes you open some stuff. Sometimes you just got to keep the real Holy Grails. And again, that's one of one.
This is
I
so
don't see it
insane.
happening ever again. And
no.
even if Mr. Atkinson decides to provide provenance, and he has another friend at Boeing, at least this was the first time that it ever happened, and
it's the first
unique.
time, and let's be honest, it's been 30 years.
Yeah.
What are the odds that the 7
He comes
to 10
up with
people-
another one. Yeah,
the 7 to 10 people that he gave this to
held on to
actually
it
kept
and
it
and then
held it.
need provenance. Exactly. So this is
What?
this is
Oh my
getting
God.
stored. Well, eventually it'll get moved off site from the FaBled Hunter's Casa. But
Wow.
I just wanted to make good on my initial episode. Just wanted to give everybody a follow up. It didn't take a full year. It took a couple months. Then later, I at the same time, that certain other content creator that was on the sell side, he had made some videos, and then I consummated the deal. Wanted to give it a little bit of breathing room,
little air.
little air to separate things. But okay, I've made good on the Magic the Gathering Holy Grail asset. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts? Do you guys think I should open it? I'm not opening it, but what do you guys think?
Magic to Millions.
Yeah.
You're gonna rip it 2069.
All right.
I'm telling you, it's happening.
So, thanks everybody, especially the ones that support FaBled Hunters. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for watching the episode. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, twiddle that notification button, and we'll see you next time. Bye!